Now, right there in Mexicali, Calexico, you got the border, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of illegal activity, like illegals jumping the fence.
Yeah.
You got a lot of drug stuff going on, people throwing money, drugs. Did that ever cross your mind
It did, yeah.
at 18?
Yeah.
What? Talk to me. What crossed your mind? What did you think about? Or how?
No sé, nomás me pegó esa de que quería hacer más feria, güey. De lo que hacía, you know?
Because there's a lot of polleros right there.
Yeah.
A lot of the gangs that are in that area are polleros.
Yeah.
Because they live there, it's very easy. Did you see that? A lot of that growing up there?
Most of it I did, yeah. I did see some activity going on with that, and, you know.
Or were you far away from the fence? Because when you're far away from the border, you don't see it every day. But when you're like on the border, you see it every day.
Yo me la pasaba en la línea. I was there all the time, so I would actually see shit like that going on, you know? So it was easy for me to just to be like, damn, this fool caía y, oh no, man, motherfucker's gonna make that day, a la verga. So eso nomás me daba mental de, I was like, fuck, should I or not? Me la viento? Fuck it, ¿sabes cómo? But not right now, hold on, I'm chilling. I'd rather give it time for that. Y pues, pero sí lo tenía en mente eso de que sí quería hacer eso, you know?
That's easy money.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You never thought about like finding somebody that could plug you in?
No, not really. Actually, it was later. Later is when I started to think that, to, you know, getting to know somebody that was involved with that and just...
A little louder, you're too low.
It was later for me to do that. Not right there. Pero sí lo quería hacer. I just didn't want to get into it right away, you know, because I didn't really know it that much like that.
Were you scared of that?
No,
because that's different. That's not like okay. So when you cross illegal aliens, now it's federal.
Yeah.
Now you got FBI on you.
Sí.
It's not just the police from the city. It's not Calexico Police Department now. Now it's the federal, the ICE, the DHS, the
HSI and all that shit.
The what?
HSI.
HSI, Homeland Security.
Homeland Security.
Now you have all these people that if you're doing big things, they'll come look for you.
Yeah, for sure.
If they catch you with an illegal alien, you're getting an FBI number, and now you're going to federal prison. If they want to take you that far, that didn't scare you?
No, pa nada. En el momento, like, it didn't scare me at all, but in that moment, when you have motherfuckers chasing you in una pinche camioneta con 10 güeyes a la verga, that's when you're feeling it right there, you know?
You did that?
Yeah, I did that shit.
So you ended up getting into the pollero business?
Into all that shit like that, yeah.
Talk to me how, when, where?
I was probably like 20 at the time. I started met a homie that was, you know.
Started doing what?
I met somebody that was doing that, you know?
Okay.
And I don't know, I was like, fuck it, me voy a aventar, ¿sabes cómo? It's gonna be easy money for me. Y quiero hacer feria, güey, like, working in el field, güey, no me va a hacer nada, la verga, just enough for me to fucking spend for the weekend, and that's it, because I'm the type of fool que agarro feria y en pinche salida me chingo todo, güey, me vale verga. I'll fuck it all up.
All of it?
All of it, dog.
So what was the mission when the first time you did something to do with the polleros?
Levantar.
What was the mission? ¿Quién te contrató, güey? ¿Cómo le hicieron? What was the plan?
Well, I met somebody where I was working at. He told me about it. I thought about it. And then I was like, second thinking about, like, you know, like, shit, you know, just guessing it of doing it or not. Pero no sé, de repente sí dije, fucking fierro, Simón. Y yeah, I ended up going back when I finished the job. Boom, went in straight into that. To doing that, y ahí andaba, güey.
Yeah, but what was the mission? The guy has to tell you, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go here, we're gonna pick this up, and then we're gonna go there. What was the game plan?
The whole game plan was that I was gonna get in, go, and I was gonna be on call to pick up. And as soon as I pick up, I had to go and drop. Okay. As soon as I was gonna get the drop off, then I had something coming from there.
Okay. So
you know, so
basic.
Just basic things.
They're gonna call you and say, "Hey, go to this address and pick this up."
Pick this up, yeah.
And take it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point A to point B.
Basic.
Sí.
And then when you drop off, they pay you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, I did that for a couple of months, bro.
No, the first one.
The first one?
They called you?
Oh, the first one, yeah. The first one, they called me. I was fucking chilling right there in the mall, in the parking lot.
El Centro.
Yeah, in el centro. I was just chilling, you know. The homie hit me up. He's like, hey, just be ready. They're going to call you, like, at this time. Just be close so that way you don't have to be far from where you're going to drive because it might be a mission, you know. You won't know where they're at. And just make sure you have that shit with the full tank and just be on call, bro, and answer the phone, por favor. And I'm like, all right, for sure, yeah.
Let me stop you right there. You know I'm a professional in this field.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an expert, so I'll know if you're lying.
Mhm.
So, okay, continue.
So I'm there. I'm just chilling. Fucking, I stopped at the store to go get me some fucking una sodita, some chips, just to munch out and just kick it, you know, put on the music, and I was blasting on my phone and whatever, and pues de repente me hablaron, güey. But I stood there for like at least an hour and a half, bro. Y era de noche, güey, you know? El jale era de noche. So then I was like, fuck it, you know? Started to munch out, just kick it there. I was there for a whole hour and a half, y de repente me hablan, me dijeron, hey, sobres, boom, lánzate. As soon as I, vete por aquí y te vamos a decir cuando pares, you know?
Y se van a subir todos.
Sí, se van a subir todos. Dije yo, all right, for sure. Me dice, ¿por dónde vienes? No, que vengo por aquí. Estás un poco retirado, ¿ah? Yo le dije, la neta sí, pero ahorita te caigo en caliente, you know, it's not 5 minutes. Just don't speed because you got a lot of fucking, ¿cómo se dice when they're están dando vueltas?
Highway patrols?
I guess. No, not highway patrols, pero como que hay mucho, they're rotating a lot.
Who, the migras?
Las migras, Simón. So, I kept it cool, just drove normal and shit like that. Y no sé, de repente nomás llego y me dijeron, ya estuvo, písale la breca. Boom, I hit that shit on the brake and I get to the side. And I'm just like this, open the doors, and I unlocked everything, right? Y no sé, güey, de repente miran, güey, y me dicen, ahí vienen atrás de ti, nomás ten las puertas abiertas, ya te miraron. Dije, all right, ¿cómo sabes que soy yo? No, dice, yo sé, ¿traes manejando esto? Le dije, sí, okay, nomás deja las puertas abiertas. And I was like, all right. So I kept it cool, boom, blocked everything out of it. ¿Sabes cómo? Para que no hubiera tanto desmadre. Y pues yo no sabía que iban a hacer un chingo, güey, se subieron como 12 a la verga. I was like, fuck. Y se subieron, güey, así, güey, como pinche cucarachas cuando te amontonan, güey, un chingazo, like, de atrás.
Yeah.
And I'm right there, y todos se quedan como que, hey, ¿qué hago, compa? Usted tiras el piso a la verga, dice, y no diga nada, no se levante. Y si le digo que se levante, usted nomás se levanta. Pero ¿quién va a manejar enfrente? Usted no sé, ahí quédese, compa, todo bien, dice, nomás relajados, ahorita vamos a llegar allá. Todo bien, con calma. ¿Quieres un cigarro? Pégale. Aquí traigo soda. ¿Quieres papitas, Simón?
All
Okay,
that while
yeah.
you're picking up?
Yeah, like, just like that. So I drove off, fucking, quemé llanta, güey. Boom. Me subo al puente y me regreso, güey. En lo que voy está dando la vuelta, güey, me pasan dos.
Dos migras.
Yeah. Y nomás estoy bajando, güey. And they call me and they're like, hey, te pasaron dos aguacates ahí por un lado de ti, güey. Dice, nomás ponte vergas. If shit happens, then you know what to do. Le dije, pues fuck it, me voy a tener que tirar estos güeyes y voy a ir a chocar el carro en el cerco. I'm gonna have to bounce, you know. Y no, y sí, de hecho, I drove off, I was right there, and I seen some smoke de atrás, because I'm looking at the side mirror from de frente, güey, like this. And you know, with all those fucking lights, you can see all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? And I see the fucking tierra levantándose, dije yo, y ahí vienen a la verga,
Yeah, that's how you know
güey.
somebody's coming behind you.
Ahí
Yeah.
vienen a la verga, güey. So I went a little harder on the pedal, fool, just, boom, le subí como a 90, güey, pero calmado, you know? Y no, y sí, güey, I was on the fucking road for like 20 minutes, fool. Y se me pegan, güey, se me pega el Ranger, se me pega el Migra, güey, y se me pega un, no
¿El
sé, güey.
Ranger?
Sí, un
Pues,
Ranger.
¿por dónde levantaste?
Ahí por la 8, güey,
¿Por la 8?
Sí, güey.
¿Para San Diego o para Yuma?
pa' Yuma.
Oh, sí, cierto. Está cabrón allá,
Ahí está
güey.
caliente. Sí, venía 2 puentes antes de subir pa' Hopeville.
Oh.
Like, I was in the, right there, ahí donde está todo
No,
el
I know
desmadre.
where that's at.
Y se me pegan, güey, pero they never turn the lights on, bro. They let me fucking just go, you know?
Yeah.
Y llegué hasta allá, güey, and fucking just dropped everybody off. Y
So
llegó
you
el
were-
SC.
you were
Yeah,
good?
I made it clean. Pero antes de llegar ahí, güey, like, I had to go through streets ahí en el centro because I know how central, like, fucking la palma de mi mano, güey, ¿sabes
Yeah.
cómo? Y así, me dice, hey, why are you taking forever? I'm like, nah, fool, it's because I have these motherfuckers on my back. So I'm
That's a
just trying to-"
dangerous mission because
is.
you picked up right on the side of the A freeway.
Yeah.
That's why. That's man. Yeah, you were a guinea pig that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice en español? Eres ¿cómo se llama el que mandan al matadero?
El matadero.
No,
oh,
el que mandan al matadero, güey. Te mandaron a ti al matadero, güey.
oh, la como.
You were the el que quieren que truene, güey.
El mula.
You were the mule.
The mule, yeah.
The mule,
The
güey. Yeah,
La
fool.
mula, yeah.
That's a dangerous mission, but I knew a lot of people that would pick up like that. They would pick up right on the A freeway. You stop, they all load, and you keep driving.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. So then, was that a nice big fat paycheck for you?
Hell yeah, fool.
How much, roughly?
I got paid, dog. Over 5.
100?
No.
1,000?
See, wait. That was my first one.
No.
That was my first one, yeah.
No, you're lying to
But
me.
they paid me that because I had so many heads. Entonces el carro que yo tenía era de mi compa, and he let me use it.
I'm gonna let you tell your story. I'm not even gonna second guess you. But all right, they paid you 5,000. What you do with the money?
I fucking wasted it todo en Mexicali.
Doing what?
Stupid shit. I got faded. Fui a culiar con unas jainas. ¿Qué más hice? Me la gasté en drogas. ¿Qué más, güey?
But you know what? I believe so you said you spent the money on drugs and girls?
Sí.
And drugs and
Sí,
girls. Okay, I
drugs.
believe you because when I got my first check, I did the same thing. When I got my first check, I spent it on drugs and women.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was all business. It was like the first check you get, you're like,
Hell yeah.
you know,
I made it.
I got it.
Yeah.
So did that turn you on to do it again?
I did it. Yeah, I actually did it a couple more times.
Because there's a lot of people that do it the first time, and then they're like, I can't do it no more because I got away, so I'm good.
I got lucky, huh? Yeah.
So you continue to do
Yeah, I
it?
continue to do it
For how long?
for a couple of months.
What made you stop?
No sé, güey. It's because the reason it made me stop, porque ya me traían, güey.
How?
Well, they fucking already had pulled me over. They ran my fucking name con ellos, face, image, todo el pedo, güey. And cuando les estaba dando, güey, cada vez que hacía, like, dando vueltas to check to see what's up, dónde andaban y todo ese pedo, güey, I don't know, they would just literally just pull me over, bro. And then from there, it was just a heat. Me seguía, no sé, güey, sentía que me seguían, güey, and I just had that feeling, y dije, no, ¿sabes qué? That's it. I gotta relax, you know?
It wasn't you being paranoid?
No, not really. Not really. I felt it. I felt it that they were gonna pop me someday like that.
So you only did it for a few months?
Yeah, I did it for a few months.
Okay. So then, what happens after that? What do? You go back to work?